In the past year, we've talked a lot about artificial intelligence, the things we can accomplish with it, both good and bad. As the technology becomes more and more common, YouTube is changing its rules, saying anyone uploading video must disclose if they are using AI. But that guideline does not apply to AI-generated animations. New tonight at 10, Kent Erdahl has more on the startling influence AI may have on your child.
If you're searching for the streaming service most popular with kids, I'll save you some time. It's YouTube, and it's not close.
YouTube is the dominant force in children's entertainment far and away.
Kate Nibbs looked into YouTube's dominance among kids last summer as a senior writer for Wired. But what she found in the months since gives her pause as a mom.
I literally don't want to ever put YouTube on for my kid anymore.
She noticed an explosion of what she calls animated junk food, mindless stories, and nonsensical songs. So unusual, they seem unreal.
It's basically like Cocomelon with the human touch removed. It's truly it's horrible.
And in a story last month, she described how it's being driven by creators using artificial intelligence to maximize clicks for cash.
This YouTube channel is making a huge amount of money by creating simple kids learning videos.
A quick search uncovers a whole cottage industry showing anyone how to get started.
And as you can see, it has gone ahead and given us 20 wonderful ideas.
Most promote combining free or low-cost AI programs to make cash, cranking out animations with one consumer in mind.
Select a funny character for your video since we are targeting children, and funny characters keep them engaged.
Now, with so many of these tutorials out there, we wanted to know exactly how easy these animations are to make. So I teamed up with editor Jacob Charbonneau, and it didn't take us long to come up with something.
Good evening, young viewers. This is Kid News with Little Ken. Today, we're diving into the world of AI children's videos on YouTube.
All it took was a single sentence to prompt ChatGPT to give us a script in seconds. It took a few more minutes to find an AI voice.
Hi, I'm Little Ken.
And it then took a few hours learning how to use other AI tools to create the images and animation.
As with any technology, it's essential to use AI children's videos in moderation and with parental guidance.
But while even our AI-generated script urges caution, in reality,
hello, kids.
There could be a scenario where children are watching videos that have never been watched by another human, let alone vetted by any adult.
And if you're wondering how often it happens, no one really knows, because YouTube's new guidelines for labeling altered or synthetic content only requires creators to disclose it if the content seems real, while clearly unrealistic content, such as animation, requires no such disclosure.
It's tricky and it makes things harder for parents. Once again.
Polly Conway is head of TV for Common Sense Media, which provides age ratings and independent reviews of kids' content. And she preaches caution with anything autoplayed on YouTube.
You know, it's a little bit of a Wild West.
Bet you didn't know this one.
She says AI itself isn't the problem.
Some really great vetted sources are testing out AI for their shows.
Red light, green light.
That includes PBS Kids, which is researching a way to use AI to make episodes of Lila in the Loop more interactive.
I'm not saying that all AI-generated kids content is bad. Some of it might end up being fantastic, but I do think that parents deserve to know whether the TV shows that their children are watching are AI-generated or not.
Without it, she says finding just a few examples for her report took weeks and required assistance from a company called Reality Defender to help detect it.
Every single video that I sent had at least one AI-generated element.
Whoa, hurry up and get me down!
The worst thing I saw was probably an AI SpongeBob live stream that ended up being about testicle shaving, which was definitely not something you might want a young child to see.
Careful parents can hand-pick what their kids see if they use tools on the YouTube Kids app. And whether the videos are AI-generated or not, the company's message to parents says, we work hard to exclude content that's not suitable for kids, but we can't manually review all videos, and no automated system is perfect.
I think it's just a matter of time before some truly bizarre and unsettling AI-generated content aimed at kids gets pushed out on YouTube, and I think the company should be preparing for that possibility more seriously than they are.
So in the meantime,
Remember to enjoy these videos responsibly and always prioritize your child's well-being. This is Little Kent signing off for Kid News.
All right, I used to not let my kids, when they were little, watch SpongeBob. I feel a little justified now.
I mean, that was quite the response that she had with that SpongeBob episode that she saw. Not what I was used to watching back in the day.
Yeah, so they mentioned PBS and that sort of thing. Those are the shows we remember. But you look at a YouTube feed of a teenager now that I've got at home, and it's some scary stuff.
That's why you just got to monitor. You just got to go and be like, hey, what you watching over there? And just kind of grab it sometimes.
Hopefully the news at 6:30. They're not up this late, hopefully.
Yeah.